Well, thanks for coming back. And Carrie, I've got another national champion to introduce to everybody. And I'm saying that with a tremendous amount of pride and excitement because, and I'll fill you in just a second, but first let me introduce our national champ, Daquan Minor. Daquan, thanks for being with us.
No problem.
And Daquan is very recently, now a graduate of Summer Creek High School. And with Daquan is his counselor, Laura Frazier. Laura, thank you for being with us too.
Thank you.
Well, Daquan, if I may, let me just briefly share with everyone your story and how you have risen to national fame and championship. And I'm being dead serious about it. But I'm sure all of you have heard about wheelchair athletics, in particular wheelchair basketball. Daquan, who unfortunately was in an auto accident, riding in a friend's car, suffered a spinal cord injury. And as a result of that, you would never know it, but Daquan is wheelchair bound. But great for him. He got involved through Memorial Hermann Hospital with their Institute for Rehabilitation and Research program. They happen to sponsor a basketball team, wheelchair basketball team known as the Hot Wheels. And in any event, this past year, the Hot Wheels won the national championship. So, Daquan, congratulations.
Thank you.
How cool is that?
That's awesome.
I don't even know how to ask it, Daquan, but if you could just share with us, so, I mean, how does it, I've seen pictures of you with the trophy. How does it feel to win a national championship?
Oh, man. I put in a lot of work to get to the point, so I guess, you could say I was relieved, I finally, did it. Mm-hmm. But it felt good. It felt good.
And y'all did it in great style.
Yes.
Great style.
Absolutely. So impressive. And I have to give a little shout out to the TIER program. Mm-hmm. We are very fortunate here in Houston to have them in our backyard. I know people come from all over to go through their rehabilitation programs, and I knew they do great work. So, Daquan, tell us a little bit about your experience with TIER and what they did for you.
I got in a wreck February 9, 2013, and I was in ICU for, quite a while. I'm gonna say 2 to 3 weeks, and once I was able to breathe and stuff, and everything got better, they shipped me off to TIER. And once I was at TIER, I stood there for a month because I wore this back brace. They call it TLSO brace, but I call it a turtle shell because it looks similar to a turtle shell. And my first phase there, they really didn't do much with me, just telling me about a spinal cord injury, how it affects you, and how it changes your body and bladder system, and so on. And they say once you get the back brace off, we'll bring you back for a second phase to teach you, to be more independent, and of course, to see what can I get in return as far as walking. But their main focus is try to get you as much, independent as possible. But my main focus was walking again.
Sure.
And they did a lot for me. Once I was discharged after my second phase, they shipped me off to an outpatient program for people, who more independent and able to be on their own. And from there, I just, my progress just spiked higher. And I'm gonna say towards the end of my second phase, that's when I started getting motor, skills back, starting to be able to move on my own. And the outpatient just, added the icing on the top, just spiked it up from there. But the only bad part about it, I still have no sensation, belly button down, but I'm able to walk. Mm-hmm. And it's kind of crazy. People, they like, how you can walk if you can't feel nothing. I tell them, I use my eyes to walk. So if I was to stand up and close my eyes, I'll fall. Okay. Or if you was to turn off the lights while I'm standing up, I'll fall. So it's a crazy process. Some people understand, some people don't,
Well, my money's on you. I was going to say, I have, from what I understand about you, that you'll persevere. So, wheelchair basketball, how'd you get exposed to that?
My first phase, I was just in my room one day, and the recreational therapist, she came up, and she was introducing, herself, and she was like, before the rec, did you play any sports? I say, I play football, I play basketball. She was like, oh, great. She said, what did you think about playing wheelchair basketball? I was like, no, because I felt like they was trying to keep me in the wheelchair. And I was like, no, I want to walk, I want to play everybody basketball again. And then she was like, all right, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to take you on the outing. So they took me to the conference championships. It was held in Pearland, and win the Southwest Conference. So teams from like Tulsa and Dallas, they came down. And she said, I'm going to take you. And then, give me your opinion afterwards. So we went, traveled out to Pearland. And I watched, I was like, it's not that bad. It's a lot of contact. That was my favorite part about it. So, once we got back to the hospital, I told her, I said, I think, once I get healthy, get this brace off, get more independent, I wouldn't mind trying it. So I went out to the first trials, and I made it. But the only thing was, I was like, dang, I'm still not walking. But after a while, it wasn't that bad. So a year later, I ended up making second team all conference in the tournament that I watched.
Okay.
So a year later, I wasn't in the turtle shell anymore, and I was actually watching it.
Well, Daquan, you really are the personification and inspiration of hard work paying off. God bless you. That is awesome. Laura, they're waving us on, but you have to share with us, please, if you would. Tell us about Daquan as a student at Summer Creek High School.
Daquan is an amazing young man. He is very, very resilient. He is loved by many. He's a huge part of Summer Creek High School and what we do there and what we believe in there. He is also a role model to some of our students that are in wheelchairs. He is involved in a tutoring program at TIER and a counseling program where he is a peer buddy, and he also provides that support for some students we've had at our school that have been injured.
So you're paying it back.
Yes.
That is so awesome. So awesome.
It happened for a reason.
There you go.
Well, like I said, my money's on you. What an inspiration you are to not only, I'm sure, students at Summer Creek, to other members at TIER, but to folks like us. Really, if you set your mind to something, you can overcome whatever obstacles are thrown your way. So thank you so much for being an inspiration for all of us and setting that example for your peers at Summer Creek. And so cool that you are part of a national championship basketball team. I'm hoping the Rockets are watching. They could use some help. Maybe they'll call you in the future.
Hopefully.
There you go. There you go. Well, Daquan, thank you so much again. Laura, thank you.
You're welcome.
You make a huge difference for lots of Daquans in our family, so thank you. And stay with Carrie and I. We're going to be back in just a minute.